Welcome to Business in the Pod, the podcast where DeMore McKim students like myself sit down with college leadership to ask questions and explore trending business topics. In today's episode, I'm excited to welcome Professor Daniele Mathras, Dean of Undergraduate Education here at DeMore McKim School of Business. And with a rich background in marketing and consumer behavior, Professor Mathras brings extensive experience from entertainment, retail, and food industries. And her research dives deep into how cultural beliefs shape consumer behavior and well-being. And this global perspective makes her uniquely positioned to discuss things like global mobility. So welcome to the pod.
Thanks.
So to start things off, I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. I'm a junior studying both business administration and design with a concentration in marketing and interaction design. But on my free time, I'm also a social media ambassador, working on personal videos, and also trying out for a play for the Asian Student Union. Cool. So just trying to be creative and also trying to make connections along the way. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey in higher education, and also what about your role excites you the most?
Oh, this is so great. So I am really excited to be at Northeastern because I am passionate about experiential learning. It's really what drew me to this school. I started off even in my PhD program when I was teaching classes using live clients in the classroom, because I don't know about all students, but I learn best when I'm practicing, when I'm getting to make mistakes and seeing how that goes. And so throughout my time in my PhD program, I really started developing coursework around experiential learning. I joined Northeastern in 2015 and have been teaching courses in marketing research and brand management, advertising and brand promotion, and other courses in marketing. So fun to hear that you're a marketing student. But all of the courses that I've created or helped develop have really been focused around working with a live client. And I feel like it's such a unique opportunity for students to build resume-worthy skills, but in the classroom itself. You don't have to wait until a co-op. You don't have to wait into an actual job. You can start working with a real client on problems that they're facing or helping them solve some sort of issue in the classroom itself, working with teammates, getting messy, getting some feedback along the way, and really working on that. And so that is getting to do that in my own classes, but then was really fun. But now as Associate Dean, I get to really think about how we're doing this across all of our different groups, not just in marketing, and how we're doing that not just here, but in London and in Oakland, everywhere. Yeah, it's really fun.
It's a big focus on all the global connections that are out there across Northeastern's global campuses in general, I see.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, speaking about global connections, Northeastern and DeMore McKim School of Business, they're really focused on global connections and embracing that concept of global mobility. When you hear global mobility, what does that mean to you, and how do you see that shaping the experiences of students?
Global mobility is something that I think Northeastern is really uniquely positioned to deliver because we have this awesome network of campuses, right? We've got London, we have Oakland, and hopefully more coming online soon. But what I'm really excited about is our students get to really think about, where is the best place to study what I want to study? Where's the best location? Where's the best industry, culture, and support for what I want to study? And Northeastern actually enables you to go and find that place even within our network. But beyond that, beyond just our network, our students, so many of our students at DeMore McKim are doing study abroad. They're doing dialogues like you and I were talking about earlier, right? Our students have this really amazing opportunity to use these programs in the global network or outside with our partners to kind of write their own story. I don't want to use the snowflake metaphor too much, but every student is different. Every student's journey is different. No two students probably graduate from Northeastern with the same experience, and we can use these global opportunities to kind of shape that.
So what is the difference between a semester-long program and a year-long program for students?
Yeah, so the semester-long program is really 4 classes that students can take in their degrees or with any of our combined major partner colleges. It's a semester, right? So you're taking your 4 classes, but there's all these additional things that are layered on top of it. You've got your guest speakers from the local industries. You've got industry treks where you can really get out and see what's going on in industry. If you do a year-long program, though, the opportunity is there that students can take 8 credit in the field internship course. So you'll be placed with a partner company and actually get your experiential learning credits as part of that course. So you'll get real hands-on. It's a guaranteed internship placement, so you can build up your resume before you ever even go out for your job interviews, or you can build up your resume before you go out for even your first co-op interview. So it gives our students an opportunity to get that experiential learning while they're in their network, working with companies that are in their field. That is one of the things I'm actually most excited about the year-long program, because in addition to taking classes, they get that resume building experience.
All right. Well, what are some unique opportunities that are out there for students in Northeastern, across all of their global campuses?
I am really excited about the programs that we've been building for London and Oakland, so I'll talk about those first. We're building semester-long or year-long programs in each of these locations. So in London, we're really focused on global business, right? London's our international financial hub. It is right in the middle of the city, so exciting. You're right around all these international, multinational businesses. So there, our students can go and really focus in on global business. They can take courses in finance, in marketing, as well as international business and global strategy. But because you're in London, you're going to be surrounded by these businesses. You're going to be intertwined with students who are in the London program. So it's not just like DeMoore-McKim students in a pod studying by themselves. They get to actually like interact with other students from different backgrounds and different cultures in the classroom. So London, we're really focused on global business. In Oakland, we're really focusing in on tech, AI, and innovation. I mean, it's Silicon Valley, it's the Bay Area. This is where all the big tech companies are. And so our students who are interested in things like finance, fintech, marketing your brand, but more on like the MarTech side of things, or entrepreneurship and innovation, can study in Oakland, can study on our Oakland campus. But the amazing pieces there is that they can go do industry treks in Silicon Valley. The guest speakers that they get are incredible. They get this full experience of being in the Bay Area, but they get to take our DeMoore-McKim classes. So it helps them progress in their actual degrees and their actual academic plans, not just studying abroad where you're like hoping that your credits might transfer in. They definitely are. There are classes, our amazing faculty and instructors and things like that. So the other thing that I want to talk about is we're starting summer in programs. So both in Oakland and in London, where students can kind of get ahead on their coursework, maybe after their first or their second year. They can take some courses that would help unlock some of their upper level electives later on. So stay tuned for those. We should be getting some more communications on those soon. But yeah, it's the opportunity for students to kind of get ahead and unlock those later electives.
Yeah, with the last one that you mentioned, it seemed that you were pretty excited about it, but are there other like global initiatives or other partnerships that are exciting you the most and that are recent?
One of the things that I'm working on really closely is thinking about how our network can really benefit our students in our combined majors. So DeMoore-McKim has a huge number of combined majors yourself, right? You're right, design and business, but we really have students from all different areas. One of the things, kind of building on what we've been talking about the Bay Area, is we're working with computer science folks. So computer science and business administration combined degree students, which is actually a very big combined degree, but really thinking about Oakland and Silicon Valley and the Bay Area are where these students should study. They should build their networks out there, right? Get to really know folks who are out there in industry. So really thinking about purposeful programs that will bring our combined major students. I think when we first started out about thinking about global mobility, we were really thinking about just our DeMoore-McKim students. But I think the opportunities and the uniqueness for Northeastern is the interdisciplinary aspects, right? So thinking about how we can serve our combined major students at these different locations. I've got lots of ideas for design in our other network locations too.
And speaking about change, with AI that's happening right now, AI and technology, how do you see that influencing global education and mobility? And how's DeMoore-McKim School of Business trying to stay on top of that with that change?
We've been doing so much to really help prepare our students for this period of change that we're in. At DeMoore-McKim, we launched the Leveraging AI for Business credential. It's a badge where students can go in and take four modules that will help them really learn how to harness AI to enact their business strategy. So we're not just teaching our students about the technical aspects of it, but really how to use the technology, right? We want to make sure that students are using it in a way to really think about what their business strategy is and then use the AI technology in order to enact that. What's also great about AI, and we're working to build some platforms that will allow students to have more personalized experiences to really chart their course, right? Whether it's to study abroad, whether it's to engage more personal learning, that sort of thing. We also have opportunities for our students to get into more global collaboration. Because our students are going to be all over the place, they now have the ability, I even think about this post-pandemic, they now have the opportunity to jump on calls with each other, right? And see each other or join sessions remotely. Maybe there's something really cool happening in London and you want to be a part of that, jump online, right? See what's going on. So I think we're really thinking about how we can leverage technology in a way that's going to really build this network, this campus, and create this global network of campuses, but of people, right? Like create your global network of people.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
With all these programs, was there ever a time where you wanted to create a program yourself? You know, if you could choose like any spot in the world.
It's so funny you're asking that. So my background is in entertainment marketing, and I think I'm very excited about the future of what our possible merger with the New York campus could be. So they are really known for their arts, media, entertainment, and it's New York City, right? And so seeing about the potential opportunities there, we're already starting to think about fashion marketing or arts and media management, and thinking about how we can work together with our partner colleges a lot. In CAMD, of course, to think about how we can offer courses that we just wouldn't offer here, or offer experiences to students that we just wouldn't offer on the Boston campus because they belong in New York. That's where the industries are. That's where the professionals are. That's where our alumni in those fields are. And so those are the things, given my own background, that I'm really, really excited to see.
Going back to the idea of opportunities, are there any opportunities out there for alumni students?
Yeah. The Northeastern has a global alumni network, right? Our alumni are everywhere. Right. So in these new locations where students are going to be, San Francisco Bay Area, London, eventually New York City, we have a great alumni that are already there. So students can benefit by meeting those alumni at different events that are going on, but then alumni can get involved in a couple of different ways. One of the ways they can get involved is through guest lecturing in classes that we have out there. So they can come right into the classroom and talk about their business or talk about their career path and their career journey. They can serve as clients for some of our experiential learning classes. They can serve as clients for the internship course that I was talking about, where our students can really solve some sort of a problem for them over the course of a semester. And then finally, obviously, we love our co-op employers. We have so many really, really amazing engaged alumni who are our best co-op employers, right? They've experienced it themselves. They know what makes a great co-op experience for a student, and they're paying it forward by then now becoming a co-op employer themselves.
So with all these global experiences that students have access to, do you see them like successfully finding jobs out there in different parts of the world, you know, not in Boston, not in the US, but globally?
Yeah, our co-op office is really working on developing partnerships across wherever our students are. I believe over 100 students went on global co-ops last year, and that number is growing every single year, right? So we really want to see our students being able to find jobs in co-ops in the locations where they are. I know one student actually worked on who is in London. He actually worked on self-developing a co-op with his co-op advisor, and is working at a financial institution now in London. After spending a semester in London. We have a co-op team that really focuses on global co-op and really helps our students kind of figure out where they want to be. Right. We're also working on more co-op advisor and student interfacing while they're in any sort of study abroad or semester in program, so that students are still maintaining that relationship and getting that career feedback no matter where they are. The other thing I want to say is, if you know you want to be out on the West Coast after graduation, or you know you want to be in Europe after graduation, spending a semester or a year in those locations lets you build that network before you're even ready to start looking for your jobs, right? It's always better to have those connections before you actually need them, right? So you can start developing friendships with other students or young professionals your age, so that when you get to the point where you're actually looking, you already have those relationships formed.
How do global experiences impact students' career readiness? And do you think like employers are really valuing the experiences across like all other global campuses?
I think this is a really important point. I don't necessarily think an employer is looking at a resume per se and saying, ooh, they went to Spain. Okay, I'll hire them. I think it's more thinking about the fact that a student has been willing to put themselves outside of their comfort zone, study at a university that is not their normal one that they're used to, get away from their friends and their comfort, that area of comfort. The second we step outside our comfort zone is when we really grow. And so I think that is a signal to employers to say, this person is like a global citizen. They're able to get out of their comfort zone, build problem-solving skills, be in a place that is not familiar to them and get through it and excel and exceeded their expectations. And so I think that building that, thinking about the student who travels abroad or who travels into the network, they're going to be a little bit different than a traditional student that seeks the comfort zone. They're going to be folks that want to step out and really build some resilience, build some cultural agility and things like that. And those are things that will really resonate with employers.
What is the next step right there? What is next for global mobility in DeMar McKim School of Business?
Right. I really see a path forward where almost every student can experience at least a semester within our campus network. I would love to actually I know some students have been like to 2 or 3 of the campuses, which is like really incredible, but I really see like a future passport of like, which ones have you been to? How are you building these experiences into your academic plan? If I'm this degree, I can drag and drop and pull this type of experience into my academic plan, right? Pretty seamlessly. And so I see a way where we can really think about, oh, this semester I'm going to be here. This semester I'm going to be here. It's no longer a 4-year stagnant. Not that Northeastern is anything but stagnant, but you know what I mean? It's not like I'm going to spend 4 years in one place with the same roommates with the same exact experience. It's let's go out and see what this campus can offer me. Let's go out and see what I can do over here. We even have some students who are creating events that they're hosting, not just on the Boston campus, but then going to Oakland and hosting, or thinking about how they can do that same thing in London. And I think it's really thinking about how we can leverage our network campuses to create this like really truly amazing experience for students.
What are some tips that you have for students that are a bit hesitant or a bit nervous about studying abroad or joining some global program out there?
My biggest tip is do it now.
That's a good advice.
Do it now. I know I have 2 children. It's very hard to travel abroad. But what I'm saying is, do it now. You're at this place where you're so fortunate as undergrads to be in a situation where you can just soak it all up, and really get that experience now while you can, before you get settled into your job, before you're thinking about career progression and things like that. Have those experiences right now. I think getting into our network or working with our partner colleges when you're thinking about study abroad opportunities gives you the chance to work towards your degree. So it there's really no downside to it. The other thing I want to say is we're working on building some partnerships with our student organizations throughout our global campuses, so that our students can, let's say they might not want to go abroad because they're like, well, I'm like going to be the leader of a club this next year. You can do that on the London campus. You can do that on the Oakland campus. So there's a lot more opportunities to kind of have a little bit of like a consistent experience, whether it's your classwork, your coursework, or your extracurriculars, regardless of what campus you're on. So just do it now. Work with your advisor, see if it fits within your academic plan. We've got a lot of different options because at all of our network campuses, we also have our core classes as well. So we can work and be creative to make sure we can find something for our students in their academic plan.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to say yes and actually
jump
open
in.
the door.
Jump in. Jump in and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, no matter what.